Lauren, thanks very much.
Deadly violence has exploded in the eastern European city of Kiev, and today we discovered that some of our own West Texans are caught up in the middle of the crisis.
Since November, protesters have taken to the streets of Kiev following an unwelcome trade agreement made by the Ukrainian president.
The riots have only gotten worse since then. In the past few days alone, at least 25 people have been killed and hundreds more injured.
The turmoil in Ukraine is affecting loved ones from Odessa. In fact, one local church has 8 missionaries serving in the Ukraine since Friday, and they aren't expected to return until next Friday.
CBS 7's Sarah Strackhouse joins us now live in the studio after speaking with members of the church. Sarah, how are they doing?
Jay Tatum, that's right. I've actually been texting back and forth with a mission pastor that's over there from that church, and he says, and I quote, "Tonight we write to you from Kiev, Ukraine, the epicenter of the Ukrainian conflict."
What started off as a mission to teach students to read has turned into so much more.
Yesterday was the big day because, I mean, there were tanks in the streets and everything that was going on with the, the unrest. They've stayed inside the church where they serve at and where the school is being held at. Because the Americans are there and sticking it out with them, they've kind of bonded stronger than they would have bonded before.
Pastor Byron McWilliams says despite the dangerous conditions, the missionaries are staying strong.
They're about 2 miles away from Independence Square. And they are telling us that they're ready for the classes to continue, and they want to continue doing what they're there to do, and that is to ultimately to share the gospel.
Oh, well, we're proud of them, and it's an incredible group of people that's there.
Jeff Walsh's wife is in the Ukraine right now, and they've been able to text and talk while she's been there.
You know, their testimony right now is showing God's selfless love by staying put.
The fact that God has got them there for such a time as this, it's not an accident that they're there right now.
Jesse Gore with the First Baptist Church is also on the mission trip and sent me a text saying, quote, "Even in the most dangerous places, the safest place to be is in the center of God's will," end quote.
None of us is afraid.
Pastor Byron says they still have about half of the 900 students coming to the church, despite the chaos in the streets.
Oh, I have a peace about everything. I know that God has them in His hands and He's in control of everything. Just lifting them up in prayer and asking God to protect them.
Now, according to the Ukrainian president's official website, in a meeting today, the president and the opposition came to a truce, which is hopefully good news for everyone. Live in the studio, Sarah Strackhouse, CBS 7 News.